So this isn't one of my regular videos. This is going to be more of just a journaling session. Uh, I really have been struggling with a lot of personal issues, and I don't know if I'm going to post this, but I just feel like as I move through this chapter in my life that I really want to record what I'm feeling and how I feel about this chapter in my life and my thoughts on what I can do differently moving forward to avoid some of these situations. So again, I may or may not post this, but this is mainly just a journal for me. With that said, the title for this is going to be Dealing with Narcissistic Abuse and how to overcome your instinct to help people who are hurting you. So, if any of y'all have been following my story, you know that I've dealt with a lot of narcissistic abuse in my past. I have a history of some sexual trauma with my family. I've dated some very narcissistic, abusive people, and it's kind of funny how the things that happen to us in child we accept and we normalize and we bring into our adult lives. With that being said, I have been really looking at some of the relationships in my life lately, and with some support from my work community and my fellow psychics, believe what you want. I think it's really important, like therapeutic work, to be doing that, and it's really helped me to understand some of these cycles in my life and how a lot of the people that I accept in my life are people that aren't necessarily good for me, but they're kind of what I had believed to be the best that I could do, or those were the only people who wanted to hang out with me. And it's only through a lot of really intensive therapy and a lot of really deep and involved shadow work within myself that I've been able to really start to internalize the fact that I am a good person. I do a lot of good things, and that I don't have anything that is more wrong than me than anyone else. And that's not to say that I don't have my flaws, because I know I do, but it's no longer this thing where I feel like I am more flawed than other people, or I am, for some reason, not deserving of love. And that's really amazing. It is incredible to have these feelings of just deserving to be in the space where I'm at. I think this is the first time in my life I've really felt like I deserve to take up space and that I deserve to exist and to interact with the world around me, and that the world is benefited by my presence. I think if I could just talk about the importance of how necessary it is to feel like you're providing something for your community and how much of a return on your investment you get on that, because literally every time I do something that lifts up the people around me, it may not directly, I'm not gonna immediately get paid for it all the times or something, but it makes me feel so good that it's almost like I don't need to be paid. And I know that can be a little bit cliche sometimes, but it really, if you start doing things like this enough, just you start feeling better in your life. And it's the same with like eating healthy. And I know a lot of people don't have access to the ability to do that, so I don't want to say that it's like a one-size-fix-all solution, because I know there's a lot of really complex things that go on past this, and people have medical issues and these really deep and intricate, things in their personal lives. So, if you are not able to do any of this stuff, it is not your fault. And I want you to know that I see that and I recognize that, and I'm not saying that it is, but if you're able to do these things, it can add a whole different level to your life. And I'm just an advocate for that as someone who really did not think a lot of these things were as significant as they were before I started doing it. And I just, there's so many aspects in my life where I just feel better because of the little things that I've been doing along the way to kind of get myself in that situation. And not everyone wants to do that, is the real tricky part, because it is a lot of actual work, it is a lot of commitment, and when you are dealing with other factors and traumatic experiences, it can be really hard to stick through it long enough to see the results, because you can do it for a week or a month and then something can come along and knock you on your ass, and you lost all that progress, and it can be really hard to see the reason to try and do that again or to pick yourself up. And that brings me to my next point is, I've had to cut off a lot of really important people in my life, and I'm always continuously having to learn and to grow and to process things and evaluate if the people in my life are really there for me. And I've been having some issues with one of my really close friends lately where I just haven't had the support I've needed. And it's been really hard because I love her and she is some of the biggest support that I have. But, she takes up so much space in my life that, doing this stuff with her and feeling kind of only half supported, it's like I only have half support. It's like I'm sitting on a chair, but there's no back. And, eventually I get tired and I fall over. I just, I think that if two people aren't coming together at an even place and really meeting each other with the intention of loving each other as loudly as possible, it's really hard to have communication and to, be there and to have a relationship. I know it really hurts me when I am there for someone and then I'm kind of just expecting, or like, you want someone to be there in the same capacity as you, and there's just a lot of times where you can be doing stuff for other people, and then when it comes time for it, they don't show up for you. And it's okay, like every once in a while it happens, but if it's this like repeat thing where you feel like you're putting all your energy into this person, it can be a really toxic and negative situation. And I know myself personally, I've been doing a lot of work on my mental and physical health. I've been doing yoga, I've been working it out, I've been doing a lot of things to take care of myself, and I have more energy, I have more free time, I have the ability to, choose my schedule. And, it's really hard to be around people who don't have that free time, who don't have that availability, who are constantly drained of all their energy. I mean, it's nice to encourage people to take the space that they need, but at the same time, if it becomes this cycle of feeling like you're pulling someone along and they're not really wanting to do these things for yourself, like you can't force someone to change, and you can lead someone to water as much as you want, but making them drink is almost impossible. So, and if it is, if you even do it, it's not worth it 90% of the time, because you force them to drink, like, it leaves a lot of resentment. So, with that being said, I just think it's really important to acknowledge that sometimes you just outgrow these friendships, that sometimes things happen in your life, and even if you're really close to someone, you have to move away because they're not making the decisions they need to grow and to heal and to find peace as a person. And it can be really hard when you're not doing the things that you need to do to find peace as a person. So, you know, finding peace within yourself and then just basing what in your life resonates with that peace and what no longer serves you, I think has been a really good guide for me. And, eventually I think we find people that actually do support us. And I found more strength and support in my community than I ever knew existed. And it's been really hard to let this old chapter of my life go, but I think I'm ready now after a long time of fighting it. So I am going to just love me for a little bit, and as scary as that is, I think that I'm going to be better off for it. So if y'all want to stay tuned and watch that happen, I'm going to keep making these videos, and I hope y'all like them. If you like this one, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really makes a huge difference, and getting all of this licensed and monetized and official would really give me a lot of freedom to make more of this content. So if you like it, please like the videos. If you don't, please dislike it and tell me why so I can improve it and I can make better videos in the future. And with that being said, I'm gonna get off for tonight, but I hope y'all enjoyed this, and much love always.